Namaste, Ram Ram, Jai Hind, Jai Bharat. It's a beautiful evening in India and it's a beautiful morning in Canada. We have the Masters of Transformation guest, Ruchi Bhutani. Yes, she's an author, a discovery coach, a facilitating body, mind, soul alignment. Awaken the extraordinary within. She's an author of Go Beyond Fear to Body Mind Alignment. Yes, welcome, Ruchi.
Thank you so much, Saniji. Thank you so much for having me on your show. It's a great pleasure. Thank you so much.
बचपन में कोई नहीं बोलता मैं ना बुक लिखूंगी और उसका नाम होगा गो बियॉन्ड फियर बॉडी माइंड अलाइनमेंट एमबीए तो ये सब कैसे?
सो ये खुद की भी जर्नी है क्योंकि हम सबके अंदर फियर्स होते हैं बट हम कभी एक्नॉलेज नहीं कर पाते. सो लाइफ वाज परफेक्ट, एवरीथिंग वाज गुड. you know I had two kids, I was with my family, business was growing, everything was happening. But at the same time, there was something within me which was making me lost, which was making me as if आप होकर भी नहीं हो, you are not complete. So when I started my journey, I started going, trying to understand what is happening. Even after having everything in my life, what is that thing is missing, right? So that back then I started journaling. I am like, nobody says I am going to write a book, but since the age of 6 years, I used to write diaries, putting down and jotting down all my emotions there. So in 2019, I had a miscarriage after my first baby. That was my second pregnancy. And after that miscarriage, I was in a very depressed zone because everything was okay. My body was okay. You know, there was no complications. Doctor were surprised that why it happened. So from there, my journey started where I started writing again, understanding, and back then I was able to list 35 fears that I used to have, right? And 35 fears, you can't even name them. We categorize fears, but when you go into a day-to-day life, normal life, my biggest fear was मेरी daughter मेरे जैसी ना बन जाए. Now, if you look from outside, it's like, अरे ये thought कहाँ से आ रहा है? You have everything perfect. You are running a successful business. You have a very good family. You keep all everyone together. You are doing everything at the best of your life, but still there was a fear of, वो मेरे जैसी ना बन जाए. ऐसा क्या है कि मेरे जैसी ना बन जाए? Then, you always say yes to everyone. You are a, good girl image and a perfect bahu, perfect daughter, perfect wife, perfect mother. You have everything. But somewhere down the lane, behind all those perfections, there were fears. Fears of not being misunderstood, fear of not being accepted, fear of not being loved, fear of not being judged, fear of not being so many. So that was the time when I was like, you know, that depression state itself is not about that you had lost something. It is actually things are coming on the surface. It's your time to acknowledge them. You get that space, you get to know what brought you here. And what brought you here are actually जो जैसे कहते हैं ना हमारे फोन में आप बहुत सारी एप्लीकेशंस खोल लेते हो और फिर वो बैक एंड पे ड्रेन कर रहा होता है, आपको समझ नहीं आ रहा था मैं तो सिर्फ व्हाट्सएप चला रहा हूँ, मेरा व्हाट्सएप क्यों नहीं चल रहा. ठीक है. सो हमारी बॉडी और सोल, बॉडी माइंड और सोल की जो अलाइनमेंट की हम बात करते हैं, ये वहीं से ही आती है. डिप्रेशन, डिजीजेस, यही सब चीजें, क्योंकि बैक एंड पे बहुत कुछ ड्रेन कर रहा है पर फ्रंट सरफेस पे हमें कुछ नजर नहीं आ रहा है. सो मेरी जर्नी वहां से स्टार्ट हुई जब मैंने उन चीजों को लिस्ट करना शुरू किया. बाय गॉड्स ग्रेस इट वाज आई वाज एबल टू डू दैट. बहुत सारे लोगों को समझ ही नहीं आता क्या चल रहा है, बट आई वॉज इन चंडीगढ़ दैट टाइम. आई यूज टू गो टू लेक एवरी मॉर्निंग 4 a.m. एंड दैट, यू नो sitting there on the lake at 4 a.m. It's, early morning, the darkness is there. I used to sit there and I used to look at the lake. And, from there, you can see Kasoli Hills from Chandigarh. So I used to look there. उस time पे ना, the moon was in the front and उसका reflection ना lake में नजर आता था. एंड जैसे जैसे दिन चढ़ रहा होता था, क्योंकि कसोली हिल्स के हिल्स दिखते थे वहां से, तो सनराइज वहां से होता था. तो मून गो टू स्टार्टेड गोइंग बैक एंड द सन स्टार्टेड राइजिंग. So that was, as a metaphorically, or you can say, and that was the point of my transformation and transition, where from that dark night to the sun rising, and just looking at that, whatever I was able to get aware what is happening within, that's how, and that's how sitting there and then working on myself, continuously understanding what is happening, that brought that thing from, fear to fearless, fear to freedom, and fear to bringing everyone now from a, hardcore corporate person, from director operations to becoming a full-time, you know, psycho spiritual life coach. That was my journey, and that was just the starting of my journey, which started itself from fear, but it gave me freedom, right? I was being present. So if I have to consolidate it for my audience also, for our audience also, behind those fears, वो जो fears हैं वो कहाँ से आ रहे हैं, वो डिप्रेशन, वो डिजीजेस, वो सब चीजें कहाँ से आ रही हैं? It is actually coming from just one missing part in your life, and that is you.
Very deep, very powerful, and so much of learning from your story. I'm sure your next book is
Thank
going
you.
to be मेरी जिंदगी के lessons, the autobiography. And बहुत सारे fans खड़े हैं biography लिखने के लिए. मैम प्लीज टाइम दे दो.
No, actually, when I wrote my first book, उसके पीछे भी एक story है. My mom always wanted to write a book. So I lost my dad 2 years back, and after that, things changed a lot. So it was my mom's dream that she wanted to write a book, and somehow her story and my story, and lots of people's story are same or similar. So she, looking at her, it was like it inspired me that I want to write a book. And within 3 months, I completed my book. And when I started my first book, uh, that time only by divine grace, I had started three more books, So the first one is Beyond Fear. Next one is coming Beyond Silence. And the third one is coming the inner soul compass. And the fourth one, which is I am on the mission, is Unified Field Pathway, where physics meets the soul. Because it's not, in my spiritual journey, I went through lots of experiences. you know those experiences had a scientific base also. Spirituality में जनरली लोग कहते हैं कि अच्छा ऐसा होता है, यू आर द चूजन वन, ये बहुत सारी चीजें बोली जाती हैं. बट मुझे इतना समझ आया अपनी जर्नी में, क्योंकि आप आज की जनरेशन है, लॉजिक चाहिए. ठीक है, तो जब लॉजिक चाहिए, देन यू कीप सर्चिंग फॉर इट, एंड यू वॉन्ट बिलीव, फॉर ऑल दो स्पिरिचुअल एक्सपीरियंसेस, देयर इज अ you know supporting foundational theory in the physics, which helps you, okay, this is the foundation, but still physics is yet to find answers to all those spiritual experiences. But when you get to know the foundation of those theories, and you won't believe, some of those theories are obsolete now in physics. But if you relate and understand it from a spiritual perspective, they still work the way they were being defined at that particular time. So the fourth one is the unified field pathway, where physics meets the soul, where all those theories are combined with spirituality, and you cannot deny your experiences, what you are having on a spiritual journey, and as well as you are getting a logical reason behind it. So it's in the series, yes.
4 books, wonderful. Love and Logic, Science to Spirituality, and everything
Simple.
soulful with your love, with your purity.
Yes.
with
with
your
the
hidden
divine
heart.
grace only.
Yes.
With the divine grace only.
Your story is going to inspire millions. Thank you for sharing it. Now let's play one word answers. What one thing you learned from your dad?
Unconditional love,
What one thing you learned from mama?
strength, and never give up.
One thing you are proud about yourself. Wow, Ruchi, city bajao.
The way I am.
Writing
Yes,
in
the
one
way
word.
I am being. Hmm?
Yes. Writing in one word.
Writing in one word. It's my soul.
Coaching in one word. अच्छा लगा मुझे.
Coaching in one word, that's my purpose.
Healing in one word.
Connecting with love.
Spirituality in one word.
Life.
Soul in one word.
Soul in one word, the truth.
Love in one word.
Everything.
Family in one word.
Biggest support system.
Ruchi Bhutani in one.
I don't exist.
Yes. God is working through you, for you, and all the blessings to you and through you to the world. Through the 4 books, through your coaching and healing. I wish you the best in all your noble future selfless endeavors. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me here.